Hi everyone, I'm Carol Keller, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Illinois in the US, and I'm coming to you today with my usual Tuesday Live. This month I've been featuring designer series papers and scrapbook pages and cards, both, because we have a wonderful sale. Many of our designer series papers are 15% off. And so I am featuring some of those so you can see some good ways to use them for both scrapbook pages and cards. And I have both sort of in progress today. I have the basic outline of both. They're not completed, but they're pretty close. And I am going to turn my camera around right away so that we can get started. So let me show you first the scrapbook page. It's like I said, it's the basics because I haven't done a title yet and I haven't put down any mats or anything like that, but this is it. Here's the top and here's the bottom. So I got this idea from another demonstrator and I can't remember who. That is the scrapbook page I'm going to be making for you today. And I did make a card that is, I'll move it here, hopefully, yes, you should be able to see this. This is the card, and I may actually trim this down to this size for the next one. So I haven't done a tag or anything like that, but it's the basics, right? And then all you have to do is add some kind of tag or sentiment or something. So I was going for a masculine theme today, obviously. And I love this paper. It's called In Good Taste is the designer series paper. And it is 15% off. I'm a little crooked here. Let's see. I think it goes like that. 15% off, and this is a larger pack. Normally our papers come in packs of 12, and this is actually a pack of 24. So I'm going to move these out of the way for a second so I can show them to you because I love them. There's a lot of texture, a lot of wood, but then some other, different wood grains and stuff, but then some other textured lovelies. So let me bring them in and I'll show you half at a time. So there's wood and there's stone and brick and some tile on one side, and these are just half of them. And then on the other side, we've got some textured fabric and paint, and this I think is another tile, and I believe they were all photographed. Let me show you the other half. And there's even some color in here. It's mostly neutrals like you saw, but then also a splash of, this is actually Rococo Rose and I believe Night of Navy. So I did, and I will show you, I did do scrapbook pages with these papers before. And then again, some more kind of stone and tile and wood, fabric, all sorts of good stuff. So really a lot to work with in this set. And let me pull out, these are the pages I did, I can't even remember when, but it back a while. So this is one, and obviously it's completed because it has a title. So I did a masculine one, and then with the same exact set, a feminine one. So I thought I'd bring those out for you to see. So like I said, just wonderful texture to this designer series paper. So I really like it. Let's get that scrapbook page together. And I see, I know that the way the camera is set up, you can't see the whole page, so I will make sure that I work up here and then move it up so that you can see. But I did pre-cut my designer series paper. So I've got this one for the top. And I'm going to grab my multi-purpose liquid glue. I can line it up with the top and then do the same thing on the bottom. And so each of these strips is 6 inches by 12. But yeah, I loved all the different textures. So I don't remember what the other demonstrator used. I just know she used this paper pack. So I'm going to make sure I line this up with the bottom, because in the middle I'm going to have a little, see, there's a little tiny little gap there, and it's not going to matter because I'm going to put another sheet of designer series paper, a little strip right there. When I did this one, I added it at the end. So there's a strip here and a strip here, but I decided it was easier, and I pre-cut that also, to just do a whole strip, and then you make sure you know that it's even all the way across. We're just going to lay this across from edge to edge so it covers that little gap. And then I cut a strip. This, I believe, is 3 inches by 12. And we're just going to set it maybe about here. I liked that it wasn't all the way at the end like I normally do. That's what I saw from this other demonstrator, that it was set in a little more, and I thought, oh, I like that idea. I think I will use the glue again. Different, you know, this is wood and this is wood, but they look very different. And like I said, I just love all the texture in this set as a whole. And then I'm going to put a little strip on each side. And this one on this side. And that's really it. That is the basis for the scrapbook page. But again, the card is the same. I'm going to pull it back in. I did exactly the same thing, except that it's in the smaller scale. So I did 2 inches and 2 inches wide by, of course, 5.5. And then for this one, I did a 1/2 inch wide by, again, 5.5. And then this one, I had it at 2 inches, and I think I cut it down to 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches wide. And then these are 1/4 inch on each side by 4.25. So yeah, you can, you know, do it whichever way you'd like, but that was nice because then I didn't have to worry about eighths or anything. I just used 2 inches, 2 inches, and then a 1/4 inch strip or a 1/2 inch strip on this. So, but it's exactly the same design with exactly the same papers, just different parts. That's why this one looks lighter, but same papers. Because if you look at my original, it's like the top half and the bottom half. I think one of them is probably turned around the other way, but that's why there are just different color variations in there, and then it comes through on the card as well. If that makes sense. This In Good Taste, I really did use it a lot when it first came out, and this is it's not typical that Stampin' Up! Continues paper into the new catalog, but this was continued, and so it's really nice that it's on sale because, like I said, it's a bigger pack, it's a double pack, and you still get that 15% off. Who doesn't love a sale? All right, let's finish this card. I have another scrap of that wonderful designer series paper and a happy birthday to you sentiment from the Handsomely Suited stamp set. And we're going to ink that up in soft suede. And now I'm going to take the tailored tag punch and punch it out. And I'm going to bring in another scrap from that same set of designer series papers and punch another one out. And this one we're going to cut in half and use as a frame. You can use your trimmer or your paper snips, whichever is easiest. And I'm going to attach them with my my glue dots. The easiest way I've found is just to lay one right on top of the other. And then we'll do the same thing with the one on the bottom. And then we just have to decide on placement. I think we'll overlap it this way, and we will pull out our dimensionals. And I'm going to make sure to overlap at least one on each of the end pieces. Move that one over a little bit, I think. And one over here. And since I never waste any dimensionals, we'll do another strip. That goes across this way to hold everything in place. do it like this. All right, and there we have it. There is our finished card. For the scrapbook page, I think I'm going to do something similar once I decide on a title. I think I'm going to stamp it on the same paper and just do several of them to complete the title, and the same thing with matting them with the darker piece. But there it is, there's our card. And now we will decorate the inside and the envelope. I cut a strip that's 1.5 inches by 4.25 inches, the same size as this one. And we're going to put that on the inside. Well, it looks like it's a smidge long. I'm just going to cut it down. And then I did a similar piece on the envelope. This one is 4 3/4 inches long by, again, 1.5 inches wide. And there we have it. There is our card for today. Yes, those are the projects for today. Thanks so much for joining me. The paper sale, the Designer Series paper sale, goes until the end of the month. And I will see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.